Hey everybody, this is Blue and I would like to talk a little bit about UPGs and UPDs. I know that second one you haven't heard of, I believe, but I think they are important, especially if you are wanting to expand your spirituality and build a better bond with your beliefs. Now, Zabora on Comedic Witchcraft did a quick, short, but very good video upon UPG. So if you have not watched it, as soon as you're done watching this video, please go to Comedic Witchcraft and watch her video about it. Okay, a UPG stands for Unverified Personal Gnosis, your spirituality. It is unverifiable because we cannot hold it true to the scientific method. There are things that we experience that we cannot prove. And so these beliefs are unique for us. We cannot transfer them to another person because only we have experienced them. Now, the interesting thing here is thinking about how many UPGs there are on this planet, because everything is unique to the individual. There are over 5 billion UPGs on this planet right now, because not even the Christians think identical. Remember, there are so many different denominations in Christianity. There are different denominations in Islam and all that. So everybody has their own belief. Okay. So we have to understand that that's our spirituality. Our gnosis is our spirituality. Okay, because it just literally means knowledge of spiritual manners, mystical knowledge. Everything we believe comes from our gnosis. Okay, now that is the spiritual part. Now we're going to talk about UPD, which stands for Unverifiable Personal Dogma. Dogma. All right. Now, this is going to irk a few people off, and that's fine. If you have a UPG, you have a UPD. There are thousands of people that I see in the pagan witch communities that say that they are spiritual but not religious because they don't have dogma. They're full of it. They are denying the facts because you must have a UPD, your own personal dogma, to have your own personal gnosis. That's fact. An example of this is that there are in the Wiccan communities people that say to be Wiccan you must be vegan. You are not allowed to eat meat to be a Wiccan. Okay, that is dogma. And it's unverifiable, correct? So if you are going around and spouting off rules and regulations on what your beliefs are or what you have to have this status of spirituality, then you are creating dogma. So, as I said, we have the vegan issue there, but this could be anything and everything when it controls your spirituality. You have to have this dogma, because to say that you are spiritual but you follow no rules means that you will not have a foundation to grow upon. I know of one person that does not have dogma, and her life is miserable. For those of you who are longtime subscribers to my channel, that is Emily. Okay. Look how often Emily switches on her religion. She, at one time, we were, making fun of her because she would, say she's Christian this week, Hindu next week, she's pagan, she's this, she's that. The only thing she hasn't touched yet is Satanism, and right now she is on um, the try not to butcher it here, the Mexican Death Day of the Dead, uh, Santa Muerte, I believe it's called. And so she is going through that right now. But in 2 weeks it can change because she does not have her own personal dogma that she follows. Your conviction to your dogma determines the strength of your spirituality, because our spirituality is meant to guide us to have a stronger, better life. Nobody's going to argue that. So whenever a situation comes up, bad times or whatever, we depend on our spirituality to get us through it. Okay, so if you do not have the conviction to follow your own spirituality, your own dogma, then your spirituality is going to give. And like I was mentioning with Emily, you basically are going, well, man, Archangel Michael didn't help me out, so I'm going to go talk to Kernunos this week and see how well that works. Thus, you're constantly staying at the baseline. Your spirituality is not growing. So you need to go sit down, think for a while, and decide about your dogma. Now, I myself tell people that they should have a separate notebook and start writing down their ethics. Their ethics is their rules. That is their dogma. Like I said earlier, there are people in Wicca that says you must be vegan to be Wiccan. There are people that will take the Wiccan Rede and say that it is law, and then they try to force that onto other people. That they thus have turned the Wiccan Rede into dogma. So again, I want to state this very clearly. If you are going to say that you're spiritual but not religious because you don't follow dogma, you do not understand spirituality, conviction, and ethics. I know that's not the nicest thing to say, but you have to think about this big picture. If you're going to have your spirituality guide you through life's hard times, life's questionable moments, you have to have the conviction, the rules to back it up. Okay? Now, dogma is an ugly word because everybody wants to associate it with organized religion. But I hate to tell you this, even if it's personally your religion, it's organized. You are taking concepts, putting them together, putting them in some form of order that makes sense to you. Thus, they are organized. It is an organized religion onto yourself. Okay, everybody? So, what I just given you is a lot to think about. UPGs are, unverifiable personal gnosis. UPDs are unverified personal dogmas. All right. So something to think about, and I hope everybody has a great day. Take care. Be at peace.